Learning educational psychology can affect our daily teaching in many ways. Right choice, depend is the best answer.
What are the different learning styles according to educational psychology?
Good job. Your answer visual, auditory, and kinesthetic works well here.
It comes from the Greek word psyche, means soul, and logos means science.
Nicely done. Psychology is a solid answer.
Which is directly concerned with physical, mental, and emotional processes.
Good thinking. Educational psychology is the right answer.
The scope of educational psychology concerns all matters relating to dash.
Well picked. Learning and teaching process is the correct answer.
Which schools of psychology gave emphasis to sensation, feelings, and ideas?
Solid response. Structuralism is a valid choice.
What are the main topics discussed in educational psychology textbooks?
Well-reasoned. Learning, development, teaching methods, and assessment is the correct choice.
Wilhelm Wundt set the first laboratory for psychology in the year dash.
Exactly. 1879 makes sense, and it is right choice.
In helping students to make educational plans, it's unwise for them to
Perfect. Select all their subjects from one field is the correct choice.
Individual difference is major limitation of educational psychology.
Great thinking. Sometimes is the right choice.
Educational psychology apply knowledge of psychology in the field of.
Well done. Education is the right choice.
It is a branch of psychology that deals with teaching and learning.
Smart move. Educational psychology is an accurate answer.
Educational implication of educational psychology for a teacher is.
You got it. Your choice understanding the children or students is right.
Here are some major figures in educational psychology except dash.
On track. Scott Young is the correct answer.
Educational psychology draws heavily from various branches of dash. Sharp thinking. All the above is the right choice.
In the definition of psychology, the term mental processes means
Correct. Internal, covert processes is the right answer.
psychology is a science of behavior and experiences defined by.
Valid point. J.B. Watson is true.
Which of the following is not a nature of educational psychology?
Bravo. Educational psychology is an environmental science is the answer. The scope of educational psychology revolve around areas such as
Clear logic. Your choice all is sound and 100% true.
Elements of consciousness related to which school of psychology?
excellent choice. Structuralism is the right answer. Who contributes the most to students' learning and development? Strong choice. The teacher is the right answer.
Educational psychology is the science of education, defined by.
Correct response. Peel is the most accurate answer. Educational psychology continue the two field of dash and dash. Nice work. You chose education and psychology, and it is correct.
Technical guidance for dash to the pupil in a satisfactory way.
Nice selection. Giving education is the correct and valid answer.
The book Contemporary Schools of Psychology, written by Dash.
Smart pick. Roberts Woodworth is the correct choice.
Which of the following statement is best on child psychology?
Right again. Every child unique is a valid answer.
Which of the following is the subject matter of psychology?
Great job. Behavior is the accurate answer.
The psychology can be classified under the domain of Dash.
You chose positive sciences, and it is correct.
Choose the intervention levels of educational psychology.
You're right. Individual, group, institutional, and sociocultural is the correct answer.
Psychology was initially part of which of the following?
Excellent. Philosophy is a brilliant choice.
Who is considered the father of educational psychology?
Excellent choice. Edward Thorndike is the right answer.
What does educational psychology provide insights into?
Valid point. How students learn and develop is true.
Which method has made educational psychology a science? Solid response. Experimental method is a valid choice.
What is the main subject of study of Gestalt psychology?
Clear logic. Your choice perception is sound and 100% true.
Dash major areas coursed by educational psychology are.
Correct response. 5 is the most accurate answer.
The word educational psychology in English is Dash.
Well reasoned. Educational psychology is the correct choice.
What is the abbreviation for the root word psychology?
Sharp thinking. Psychologos is the right choice.
What is the primary focus of educational psychology?
Well picked. Understanding teaching and learning in educational settings is the correct answer.
What are the key theories in educational psychology?
Correct. Behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, and social constructivism is the right answer.
The contribution of psychology in education is Dash.
Nicely done. All the above is a solid answer.
Educational psychology is an applied branch of Dash.
Good thinking. Fundamental psychology is the right answer.
Educational psychology is also such as Dash branch.
Great thinking. Applied is the right choice.
Where the word psychology does come from Dash.
Nice work. You chose Greek, and it is correct.
Origin of the term psychology from which language?
Smart move. Greek is an accurate answer.
The book Psychological Psychology, published in.
Right again. 1905 is a valid answer.
Dash are applied to many kinds of human activity.
Great job. Principle and laws of psychology is the accurate answer.
Who does educational psychologist interact with?
Right choice. All above is the best answer.
The 5 key perspectives in psychology are Dash.
You're right. Psychodynamic, behavioral, humanistic, psychobiological, cognitive is the correct answer.
Who established the first psychology laboratory?
Nice selection. W1 is the correct and valid answer.
Which behavior studies psychology as a science?
Well done. Human and animal is the right choice.
The word psychology is derived from which word? You chose Greek, and it is correct. The oldest method of educational psychology is
Strong choice. Introspection method is the right answer.
how many structures of pedagogical psychology? Excellent. 5 is a brilliant choice.
The goals of psychology are consumed with a dash.
Perfect. All the above is the correct choice. The first book of psychology was written by. Bravo. William James is the answer. Educational psychology can be defined as
Smart pick. Application of psychological principles in education is the correct choice.
who is known as the father of psychology.
Exactly. Wilhelm Wundt makes sense, and it is right choice.
Educational psychology coset of dash wins.
You got it. Your choice 2 is right. According to psychology, all education is
On track. Self-education is the correct answer.
What is the subject matter of psychology?
Good job. Your answer behavior works well here.
What do you mean by schools of psychology? Perfect. Individuals with same concepts unites is the correct choice. Educational psychology is concerned with. Well done. All of these is the right choice. Greek studied psychology as a branch of.
Good job. Your answer philosophy works well here.
Educational psychology is important for.
Nice selection. All of the above is the correct and valid answer.
Educational psychology emphasizes upon.
Solid response. Child-centered education is a valid choice.
What does behavior mean in psychology? Correct. Actions performed consciously or unconsciously is the right answer. Psychology first called whose science? Well picked. Soul is the correct answer. What does the passage mainly discuss? Exactly. The study of educational psychology makes sense and it is right choice. The word psychology was first used by. Smart move. Rodolphe Giocle is an accurate answer. What does the word psychology mean? Smart pick. The mind, soul, or spirit is the correct choice. Psychology is the science of dash. Correct response. Human behavior is the most accurate answer. Behavior is the expressions of dash. Clear logic. Your choice experience is sound and 100% true. What is educational psychology?
Valid point. Educational psychology is the study of learners. Learning and teaching is true.
What best describes psychology?
Excellent. The scientific study of mind and behavior processes is a brilliant choice.
Educational psychology is dash. On track. Psychology of learning is the correct answer. Who is father of psychology? Bravo. Watson is the answer. Psychology has real meaning. Well reasoned.
Science of behavior is the correct choice.
Psychology is a science of.
Nicely done. Behavior is a solid answer.
Why do we need psychology?
You chose it helps us understand people's behaviors and thoughts. And it is correct.
What does ESSA stand for?
Great job. Every Student Success Act is the accurate answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
You got it? Your choice contact Narayan Changder is right.